to all my fellow yarn lovers. My name is Dottie. Welcome to my channel where I like to do all sorts of fun crochet and knit tutorials. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable knit beanie. This basic beanie pattern is really cool because it is interchangeable. For example, both of these hat patterns are identical. I just used a different stitch pattern for the base of the hat. In this one, I used the reversible zigzag stitch, and in this one, I used the diagonal stitch to the right. So I will show you how to do the ribbing section, and then the pattern section, and then the decreases at the top. And of course, if you would like to follow along with a written pattern, you can find the link in the description below. So what you're going to need for this project is some 5mm knitting needles. You can use straight needles or circular, whatever you prefer, but we will not be knitting in the round. You'll also need medium 4-weight yarn. I will be using this acrylic yarn by Loops and Thread in the color Arctic. You'll also need some measuring tape, some scissors, and of course a tapestry needle to weave in your tail ends. Today I will be showing you how to work the zigzag beanie pattern. We will be working from the bottom of our beanie up, so we will be starting with the ribbing section. And I like to use the stretchy ribbed cast on method because it allows for a seamless setup of the 1x1 ribbing. Also, it makes the brim stretchier, which makes a better fit around the head. For this pattern, we will need to cast on a multiple of 8 stitches plus 2. I will be casting on 74 stitches. And to get started, we just need to make a slip knot and place it on your needle. To cast on a 1x1 ribbing using the stretchy ribbed cast on method, we are going to alternate casting on knit and purl stitches. And I'll show you how to do that. We're going to place our right needle into our stitch as if to knit. Bring up a loop. Make sure you pull it out, make it loose. And then we are going to twist our right needle like so and put our loop onto our left needle like this. And that is how to do a cast on knit wise. Now we're going to do purl. So to do a cast on purl wise, we're going to take our right needle and slip it in between the 2 stitches on our left needle as if to purl, and then wrap the yarn. Pull up your stitch and then place it on your left needle as if before. So we're just going to twist our yarn and put our loop on our left needle like so. And we're going to keep alternating these. So I'm going to knitwise, place it on our needle, and then purlwise. Pull up a stitch and twist to put it back on our needle. So keep doing this until you have 74 stitches or the length of the beanie that you desire. Just make sure that your stitches equal to be a multiple of 8 plus 2. Okie dokie, I have my 74 stitches cast on. Make sure that none of your stitches are twisted. And now we can begin our first row of our ribbing, which is just purling all the purls and knitting all the knits. So if you look closely, you can tell which ones are the knitted stitches and which ones are the purls. The purls are going to have that horizontal line over the stitch that's on your needle. So you can see we have a purl, knit, knit, purl, knit, purl, knit. So we're going to knit the first stitch, and then purl our second one. The first row is a little bit difficult, but once you get it through the first row, it will be easy breezy. And then we're going to knit, and purl. Again, I'll show you, see the little bar, the little horizontal bar right here? That is a purl stitch. And then right here, there's no bar over this stitch, so that is a knit stitch. Again, you can see that little bump. So we're going to purl it. And then this one does not have one, so we're going to knit it. And we just continue like this all the way down the row, and then turn your work and do it again. We are going to make 28 rows of 1x1 rib stitching. Okie dokie, I am back. I have completed all 28 rows of my 1x1 ribbing, just knitting and purling each stitch. Now for row 29, we need to do a knit row. So we're just going to go through and knit each stitch. I'll go ahead and complete mine off camera, and when I'm done, I will be back. All right, I have completed row 29, knitting each stitch. For row 30, we're going to purl each stitch. So bring your yarn to the front and purl each stitch. And I will meet you back at the end of row 30. All right, so we have completed our setup rows, row 29 and 30. And now it is time for the fun part, our pattern repeat. I will be doing the reversible zigzag stitch pattern for this beanie. This is a 16 row repeat, and let's just jump right on in and get started. For row 1, we are going to slip the first stitch as if to knit. Now we are going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we are going to do that all the way down until we reach our last stitch. So again, our repeat for the row 1 is knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just continue that repeat until you reach the last stitch of this row, and I will meet you back at that part. I am nearing the end of row 1, and I'm doing my last purl 5. For the last stitch, you are just going to purl it. That is going to be what we do for the end of each row. We are just going to purl each time. For row 2 and every even row, we're going to work the stitch as it presents. So if you see a knit stitch, you're going to knit. If you see a purl stitch, you're going to purl. You can see here the first 6 stitches are all knits. And here is the first purl stitch. It has that little horizontal bump. So just work row 2 as each stitch presents, knitting the knits and purling the purls. It's pretty much just doing everything backwards that you did in the previous row. And we will be purling the last stitch as always. Row 3, we're going to slip the first stitch as if to knit. And our repeat will be knit 1, purl 1, knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and purl 1. Again, that is knit 1, purl 1, knit 5, and purl 1. Continue that repeat until the last stitch, and of course purl the last stitch. Row 4, we're going to work each stitch as it presents. So the first 2 will be knit, knit. Now I have to purl 5, knit, purl, knit, purl 5. So just continue working your row 4, and I will meet you at the beginning of row 5. Okie dokie, I'm at the beginning of row 5. Slip your first stitch as if to knit, and now our repeat will be knit 1, purl 5, knit 1, and purl 1. And now just keep repeating that until the end, and of course purl your last stitch. And I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 6. Alright, I'm purling my last stitch, and now for row 6 we are going to do as we have been doing for every even row. We're going to work each stitch as it presents. So knit all those knits, purl all those purls, and purl that last stitch, and we will meet back up at the beginning of row 7. Row 7, of course we're going to start off by slipping the first stitch knitwise, and our repeat will be knit 5, and purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and just continue that repeat. Knitting 5, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Continue like this, and we will meet back at the end. Coming up on the end, I'm just finishing my last repeat. Purl, knit, purl, and purl the last. And of course, for our even row, row 8, we are going to work each stitch as presented. So just doing the opposite of everything we did the row before. I'm just going to work row 8 off camera, and then I will be back at the beginning of round 9. Alright, and this is what we have so far. You should be starting to see that zigzag pattern popping up on your hat. Kind of like a little basket weave look. Super, super cute. Super, super easy. For row 9, we're going to slip the first stitch as if to knit. And now we're going to purl the first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and then keep repeating that. So purl 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, knit, purl, knit, purl. So it's pretty much the same that we've been doing. It's just that first repeat's a little off, just doing the purl 4, but now we're going to continue, purl 5, knit, purl 5, knit, purl, knit. Continue that repeat until the end, and then I will meet you back at the end of row 9. Alright, I'm at the end of row 9. I'm going to knit, purl, knit, purl, and purl the last one. For row 10, we're going to work each stitch as it presents. So I will meet you at the beginning of row 11. I just completed row 10. Now I'm on row 11. So slip that first stitch as if to knit, and now our repeat will be knit 3, I'm going to purl 1, knit 1, and purl 1, and now knit 2, and then keep repeating that. So we're going to knit 3, so that's our knit 5 really, like the rows before, and then purl, knit, purl, knit 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now purl, knit, purl. And just keep repeating that until the end and purl your last stitch. And we will meet back up at the beginning of row 12. Row 12, work each stitch as it presents, and I'll meet you back at row 13. All right, I just finished row 12. Now for row 13, slip the first stitch as if to knit, and our repeat will be purl 2, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 3. 1, 2, 3. And now just keep repeating that. Purl 2, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. Now purl 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1. I'll meet you back at the end of row 13. Row 13, work each stitch as they present, and I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 15. And now for our last repeat row, row 15, you're going to slip the first stitch as if to knit, and our repeat is knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. Now knit 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now repeat. Knit 1, purl, knit, purl, and now knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to start our next repeat. 5, purl, knit, purl, knit 4 plus 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and just keep continuing that repeat. And then of course for our row 16, we are going to work each stitch as it presents. So I will meet you back once I have completed the end of my row 15 and worked row 16. All right, I'm at the end of row 16. I'm just purling my last stitch. And that is how we do the reversible zigzag stitch pattern. So now we just need to continue working those rows, row 1 through 16, until this section measures 15 centimeters. So you're going to start measuring right here where we did our setup rows, and we're going to continue our pattern repeat until we reach the 15 centimeter mark. So for me, I need to repeat the stitch pattern one more time, and then I will be at the end. So go ahead and continue working your pattern section, and I will as well off cam, and then I will meet you back to show you how we're going to work our stockinette decrease rows to finish up our hat. Okie dokie, I am back, and I have finished the pattern section, and it is measuring 15 centimeters. So now we can start moving on to our decrease section to finish off the hat. The first 2 rows are very simple. We're just going to knit every stitch for the first row, and the second row we are going to purl each stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and work those 2 rows off camera, and I will come back to show you how we do our decrease rows. Oh, and excuse my nails, guys. This is the next day, and I painted my nails. So if you see a nail change, that is why. All right, I am back. I just completed the first 2 rows of our top section. And now we're going to start our decreases. So for row 3, we are going to knit 5. And then we are going to knit 2 together. So we'll be decreasing 1. And we're just going to repeat this all the way to the end. Our knit 5 and knit 2 together. And we should have 64 stitches at the end of this row. All right, I just completed row 3. And now for row 4 and all even rows going forward, we're just going to purl each stitch. We're not going to do any decreases. So go ahead and do row 4, purling across, and I will meet you back at the beginning of row 5. I just finished up row 4, purling all the way across. Row 5, we're going to do another decrease row. We're going to knit 4 and then knit 2 together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then knit these next 2 together. Just keep repeating that all the way down. You should end up with 54 stitches at the end of this row. And then, of course, for row 6, we're going to turn our work and purl all the way down. I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 7. Alright, I just finished up those 2 rows, and now for row 7, our repeat will be knit 3 and knit 2 together. So knit those first 3 and then knit the next 2 stitches together. Repeat that all the way to the end. You should have 44 stitches at the end of this row. Then you will turn and work every stitch purlwise for row 8, and I'll meet you back at the beginning of row 9. We are almost done. We got 5 more rows to do. For row 9, we're going to knit the first 2 and then knit 2 together. Knit 2, knit 2 together, and repeat that all the way to the end. You should have 34 stitches at the end of this row, and then we're going to turn our work and purl all the way back down. I'm going to work those 2 rows off camera, and I will meet you back to show you how we are going to do the last 3 rows. All right, for row 11, we are going to knit the first one and then knit 2 together, and repeat that all the way down, ending with 24 stitches. And then, of course, row 12, we're going to turn our work and purl all the way down. All right, and for our last row, we'll just knit 2 together all the way across. Once you finish that, go ahead, grab your scissors and your tapestry needle. And we need to leave a little bit of tail here so that we can use this also to seam the ends. Then you're just going to use your tapestry needle to pull each stitch off of the needle. Once you have that, just pull that yarn through. And then determine which side you would like to be the front facing side. I usually have this, like this little indent with the knit stitches showing right here facing me. Just tighten that up, and then I'm just going to insert my tapestry needle into this stitch right here and make a little knot just to secure the hole at the top of the hat. And now we need to move on to seaming. And how I like to close up the seams of my hat is by using the mattress stitch. So I am going to use this yarn tail starting from the top of my hat, and I'm going to mattress stitch all the way down the pattern section, and I'm going to stop right here at the ribbon section, and I'll show you what I do there. So to start your mattress stitch, you need to look for the horizontal bars that represent the stitches on each side. Can be kind of tricky to see when we're using the stocking net pattern, but you will see them right here. And I'm going to grab these two horizontal bars. I'm going to just go under them like so and pull. Then I'm going to move over to my left side and do the same. Pull out my work here to find these horizontal bars. Here's one right here. And I'm also going to go under that one right here. So those two. And then pull. When you're doing the mattress stitch, you want to try to find the horizontal bars perpendicular to each other. It's really tricky finding the horizontal bars at the very beginning. Just do your best. There's one right here, and I'll go under this one right there. And then same thing on the left side. These two horizontal bars right here. There are my two horizontal bars on the right side. Right here and right here. On the left side. You can see them right there. You don't have to pull tight, because when you do, you're going to lose your rows and you could end up working over. You don't want to do that. You want to try to stay on the same row all the way up, and that'll help you find your horizontal bars in the right row. And I always go under two horizontal bars on both sides. I feel it's more sturdy that way. So when you're doing the mattress stitch, you always want to have the right side of your work facing up, because when you look on the underside, you will see a seam where you're doing your mattress stitch, where the two sides will bulge out. So you don't want that showing on the outside. So just make sure that the right side of your work is facing you when you're doing the mattress stitch. And that is why we will be pausing at the rib section, because the brim of the hat is going to be folded. And so if we continue to do the mattress stitch all the way down and it bulges out on the back, you will be able to see that bulge when you fold your hat. So I'll show you what we're going to do when we get down there. When you get down to the pattern section, it's fairly easy to find your 2 horizontal bars. So just keep working your mattress stitches until you reach the very end of the pattern section, and I'll jump back in to help. All right, I am nearing the end of my pattern here. I just need to do a few more. Okay, let me do one last one here. All right, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn my work inside out. Now, if you left enough yarn, you can continue on with this strand, or you can pick up with your yarn tail at the beginning of row if you left a long enough tail there too. Or you just add in some more yarn, just tie a knot here and just, add in some yarn at the bottom and work your way up to the middle where you can connect it. But since I have enough yarn from where I fastened off, where I ended, I'm just going to pick up from here. So I just turn my work inside out. My yarn's still connected on this side. I am going to, I'm just gonna go in a stitch right here and tie a knot. Just so that the sections are kind of separated. Now when I pull and tug, it's not going to tighten up this anymore because this is exactly how I want it. And also it's centered off so I can start with my mattress stitch for the ribbing section. So same deal here. We're going to find our horizontal bars on both sides, working our way up. You see how mine is starting to be uneven. So I'm going to go over to this side and just go through one horizontal bar. And then 3 on this side. And it pulled it back down. And now finish it off. Go in the last 2 horizontal bars. Okay. And then what I like to do is find the stitch on the left, the first stitch on the left panel. And I'm going to go under these 2 bars, pull, and then find the next stitch on the right and just go down 1 strand. And that creates a flat edge. It looks like it was continually stitched along. And just go ahead and weave in this yarn tail as best you can. Make sure when you're weaving in your tail ends that you're going in 4 different directions to best weave in your tails, and make sure that they are secure and are not going to be going anywhere through wear and tear. That should be good and secure. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off. And then let me weave in this last tail from our beginning around. Alright, and there you have it. So go ahead and turn your hat right side out. And then you can see the seam and our ribbing, but when you fold it, you will not be able to see it. And there's your completed hat. If you would like, you are welcome to put a pom-pom at the top, or you can leave it just as is. I think it's cute both ways. Me personally, I will be putting a pom-pom on the top. This is your completed beanie. It's so warm, it's so soft. I am just in love with this zigzag pattern. I just love it. Such a nice quality, stretchy. This brim is super stretchy. That's why we did that stretchy ribbing cast on method. But yeah, I really thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial. Please give me a like, share, it helps me out. Any support is appreciated. And subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That way you'll be notified whenever I drop new content and do giveaways. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!